Hi, third grade. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make a neighborhood. Today is the background of our neighborhood. We'll need paint, pencil, a brush, and water, and a large piece of white paper. Next week, we're going to put the buildings in the neighborhood. Today is just the background. It's the sky and the ground. No buildings, no trees, just the background. You might want to think about what kind of neighborhood that you're going to make next week. Like maybe you would like to live in the city. It's called urban, where the buildings are very close together and there's no yard. Maybe you would like to live in a suburban neighborhood, but we live in Shiloh. We have houses, we have yards, we have trees, but the houses are not so close together. There's space between the houses. Or maybe you would like to live in a rural setting. A rural setting is in the country. So you would have things that you would find in the country. You would have maybe barns, houses, fences, fields. Those are things that you need to think about before you do your background. I think I would like to make the farm. So I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to fold my paper in half, the line between the sky and the ground. I'm going to use my pencil and trace that line. It does not have to be straight. Everything above that line is going to be sky. Everything below that line is going to be the ground. Using my watercolor paints, I'm going to start with my sky and work my way down the paper. That way I don't get anything on my sleeves. I decided that I'm going to have a very nice sunny day. I would probably put a sun in my sky. If you would like to draw the sun first, you're more than welcome to. I am going just to paint it. Remember, when you're using watercolor paints, it's more water than paint. Getting my paper wet first because I like doing wet on wet. That's when I take my paper that's wet and I put the paint on top. It kind of makes it look more sky-like. Once you get the sky done, you can do the ground. Think about what environment you're in. If you're in the city, you might want to do roads or sidewalks or dotted lines down the middle of a road. If you're in a neighborhood, again, you might want to make a road or some sidewalks, but lots of grass. And if you're on a farm in a rural community, you might want to make green grass or even a field. I'm going to get my paper wet and do some more wet on wet painting. I have my background done for a rural community. I have the sky with a sun. I have some green grass. I have maybe some fields of yellow, and then I have some dirt. I'm going to let this dry so that next week I can put my buildings, my trees, and my fences in. I hope you had fun. Let's wait for next week to finish the project.